recording live from Sacramento today, out here with my brother Callum. He just got in this morning, getting ready for the UCLA-Northwestern game tomorrow. Huge shout out to all the Northwestern fans who made it for the Boise State game. Just an incredible win. But I think over the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to give you guys a preview with everything you need to know for the UCLA game tomorrow.
Yeah, so it really starts off with UCLA with two key injuries that they've had to the team in the last couple of weeks. Starting with Jalen Clark tearing his Achilles. He is up for National Defensive Player of the Year awards, Defensive Player of the Year in the Pac-12, a key to the top-rated defense in the Pac-12. So huge injury that they've had to deal with here in the last couple of games and in the Pac-12 tournament. Additionally, in the Pac-12 tournament, Adam Bona injured his shoulder. He is a rim protector, rim runner, 6'10" freshman who's been vital to their success this season. So two key pieces. Adam Bona, more questionable here for the Northwestern game, but Jalen Clark will be out for this game.
Yeah, and injuries coming just within the last few days, as Cal mentioned, during the Pac-12 tournament. So not a lot of time for UCLA to adjust. But looking at what they do have available for this game, they are one of the best teams in the country, ranked number 1 or number 2 in most of the predictive analytics. If you look at Ken Palm, they're number 2. So let's take a look first at Jaime Jaquez. He's Pac-12 Player of the Year, 6'7" senior, forward-type player for them. He's averaging 17 points a game, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, just 47% from the field, 30% from 3, so he is really, really high usage there, but certainly a tough matchup. I'm expecting probably Chase is going to be on him, maybe Robbie, though. Tough to say, because he does have that size advantage there. And then moving on from Jaime Jaquez, you got Tyger Campbell, their other senior. This is really kind of their two-headed monster for them. He was Pac-12 first team. He's a 5'11" senior, so a little undersized, but 13 points per game, 5 assists, just 39% from the field and 35% from 3. But again, really high usage player, and these are the two guys I think make it happen for them.
Yeah, those are going to be the two biggest guys for us. When you look at Jaime Jaquez, he'll be really patient when he gets down in the post. He'll work from the elbow, mid-post catches. His mid-range game is one of the best in the country. That's where he's been able to get his success in the last couple of years, taking UCLA to the Final Four just a couple of seasons ago. And then Tyger Campbell, senior guard again, just great facilitator of that offense, knows the system really well. So that's where the majority of their offense is going to be running through.
Yeah, and then third player for them, another senior, 5th year at UCLA actually, is David Singleton. And really one thing to watch out for him is his three-point shooting. Shooting 43% from 3 on the year, well over 100 attempts, so really high usage player for them, 9.2 points per game. But that could present a challenge for us. We need to be able to make sure that we're getting out on him, closing out on him, and this is maybe the guy who Chase is guarding, I think, for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I can definitely see him guarding David Singleton. The big thing with Singleton is the action they're going to be running him with is they're going to want to do some double stagger screens to get him running, get some open looks there, use some ghost screens to slip away, get the attention drawn somewhere else, look for skip passes to Singleton to get some open threes for him, hitting 73s on the year, deadly from out there.
And the two players who are subbing in for Adam Bona and Jalen Clark in that starting lineup are going to be Amari Bailey, who's in for Jalen Clark in more of a guard-type position, but playing really well lately. He's a freshman, but he's averaging over 18 points per game over the last 4. And then Kenneth Nuba, he's a 6'10" senior for them, and he's going to be in place of Adam Bona. So two guys to watch. We don't know as much what to expect from them, but certainly talented players.
Yeah, Amari Bailey's really come on strong here at the end of the season. In transition, he's been really strong. Certainly losing Adam Bona in transition will hurt them, but the ability for Amari Bailey to step up has been crucial for them. So limiting them in transition will be a big key for us to winning this game.
Absolutely. And UCLA, they're a little more talented roster. They go deeper than Boise State. With Boise State, we really only saw 6 guys ended up playing with the kind of injury to Marcus Shaver there, but UCLA can go deeper. They have more of a bench, so you could see some other guys come in and step up in this game, especially with the injuries. I think they'll experiment with the lineup more than they have during the majority of the year. But let's take a look first at when UCLA has the ball, what's Northwestern going to need to do to slow them down?
So when UCLA has the ball, to slow them down, we are going to just have to play a good, smart defense, not necessarily the greatest offensive team that we're going to face all year. It starts with stopping them in transition offensively, so not letting them get out on the break. And then the other key is they're going to want to take that mid-range shot. Really kind of depends how Chris Collins wants to deal with this on defense. I know a lot of coaches recently like us will give up that mid-range shot. It's the least efficient shot in college basketball. I know their three-point and rim shot percentage is one of the lowest in college basketball, so that's something that you really need to take advantage of. Them taking inefficient shots will be a big key to this game for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And the two kind of main areas that are going to stand out to me is, one, are we going to be able to rebound? We saw against Boise State we really struggled on the defensive glass. Boise State getting almost half of their potential offensive rebounds. UCLA's got a 34% offensive rebound of the season, but it's dipped down to just 29% over the last 5 games without Adam Bona, as we mentioned. So if he's not playing, certainly beneficial to us there. And then, are we going to be able to turn him over? They just have a 13% turnover percentage on the season, so really low turnover numbers with 2 senior ball handlers, like I said, really high usage guys in Jaime Hawkes and Tiger Campbell who are going to have the ball. So for me, it's going to be, can we rebound and can we turn them over are going to be the keys for us there. And then when we're on offense, what sticks out for you? Played well against Boise State, but what do we need to continue to keep the offensive kind of improvements up?
For us, I would say it's getting the ball to everyone, not forcing up shots. I think we saw that pretty well in the game against Boise. When we had sets that worked, we kept going to them. I remember we ran basically the same play 3 or 4 times in a row against that Boise State zone, getting some open looks. So it's sticking what we're comfortable with, making sure our guys get some easy buckets early, getting Ty, Chase hot. Easy buckets, get them comfortable with the game. I imagine the first 5 minutes you'll feel a little tight. It's an NCAA tournament game against a big team like UCLA. I remember against Gonzaga we came out a little slow in that first half. So just getting easy buckets to start the game, really hone in on that offense and the schemes that you're trying to run.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be important to distribute the ball a lot. I think, we need to make sure with a defensive team like this to not have that long scoring drought. This is a team similar to Rutgers from the Big Ten, which we would have seen really solid defensively. So we just need to make sure we don't run into that, 6, 7, 8, 9 minute drought. Make sure we get Boo driving into the lane. Certainly a lot of opportunities there. And I think statistically what stands out to me is just how much they turn it over. 23% of the time they're turning teams over. Pair that with just we turn it over 11% of the time we have the ball. So really kind of interesting to watch, just again, the same thing when we're on defense, they don't turn it over much. We don't turn it over much. And then rebounding, I think, is a potential opportunity for us with Big Matt, Brooks, and even Ty to get some offensive rebounds. They're not a fantastic defensive rebounding team, so second chance opportunities could be big.
Yeah, another thing I'm curious for when we're on offense is how they're going to be guarding Boo Buie. I imagine they will be helping a decent bit. They will be running a no-middle defense, really trying to force us towards the outsides, towards the baselines, towards the sidelines. And generally, Tiger is their worst defensive player, shorter guy, so physicality can really come into play there, trying to get some switches to chase some turnaround jumpers, maybe get some action with Brooks. And Boo going downhill is definitely a matchup that we can take advantage of, even with their really strong defense, something that a lot of teams have been able to take advantage of this year.
Yep. I think that Boo-Tiger Campbell matchup is going to be really interesting to watch. Boo has proven as of late he is a really solid defender as well, so hopefully he's able to slow him down, and I really think Boo's going to have his way potentially with Tiger Campbell. I mean, having played against Boo Buie before, certainly a tough matchup. Big Ten teams adjusted to Boo as the season went on, but someone who hasn't seen much film on Boo and's never played against him could be really tough for Tiger.
It'll be really key for Boo to use that physicality when he has those drives to the lane, using the body to separate from the defender there, which is a strength that he'll need to take advantage of Tiger Campbell and the general size advantage he will have on Tiger Campbell.
Yeah, but it should be an exciting game in the Golden One Center. A lot of Northwestern fans at the Boise State game, like we mentioned, and expecting even more with this weekend game here against UCLA. So anything else you want to throw in for this game?
No, I'm just really excited for it. It'll be my first game watching Northwestern this year, so I'm really excited to see that. And just before we finish, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Josh. He is one of my friends at the University of Washington, manager on the basketball team, for helping me get a little insight on the UCLA team to figure out what they're all about schematically and some of the players to watch out for.
Great stuff. Yeah, so we hope to see a lot of you out at the game tomorrow, and if any of you see us, make sure to say hi. We'd love to talk to you. But go Cats. All right, good stuff.